guys, it's Martyn Ford here, and you're about to follow me through a lower body, explosive, resistance, cardio blast. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready to work out. I hope you're ready to enjoy and follow along. Come in. Okay, so you've joined me on the leg press. So we're going to keep the weight relatively low, but we're going to keep the repetitions high. Keep the range of motion full. We're making sure not to lock out and keep all the intensity on the quads. And I'm looking to try and hit anywhere between 30 to 40 repetitions. And keep the rest relatively low, 45 to 6 seconds in max. And hit 4 straight reps, straight sets from here. Enjoy. Okay, so we've done first exercise, leg extension, superset with bodyweight squats. I'm gonna do 4 rounds, 20, 30 repetitions. I can't remember, I have to watch it back. But it was quick, it was fast, and it was intense, and then we switched it. And we went to lying hamstring curls and superset that with single leg split squat on each side, 15, 20 repetitions on each exercise. Again, keeping the rest short in between. Now remember, when you're doing this and you're using and utilizing supersets, giant sets, it's not always about the weight that's been used. It's about the intensity, it's about the duration, and it's about the rest. So for me, I like to keep the weight controllable. I like to keep the intensity as high as possible, and I keep the rest to a minimal. I find for me it works so well combining this style of training with interval HIIT, keep the heart rate up, keep the body guessing, stay out of that comfort zone. And that's ultimately where growth is done. Not necessarily muscular growth, but internal growth. Growth in the mind, growth in the heart, having the ability to push past when most people would give up. You try and get an extra 4, 5, 6 reps out. And there's something so satisfying about that. To be the hardest worker in the room carries its own pride. It doesn't matter if you're the biggest, the strongest, the quickest, but always make sure you're the hardest worker. If I could sum anything up that represents ANIMAL, it would be that sentence right there. Make sure you're the hardest worker in the room. And everything else will follow. I'm off to go into some cardio. Enough talk. This is something that I do in between, regardless of the cameras being on, being off. Aminos, after the resistance part of the workout, it allows for recovery to take place. It also allows for the energy to almost be replaced instantly. Whether that's psychological or scientific, I don't know. But I tell you what it does do. It gives you an extra zest, an extra burst. And whatever the reasoning behind that, it's worth it. Some people say placebo, some people say scientific. I couldn't give a rat's ass which one it is. It works. So always make sure to stay hydrated. I take as much water as I can, but at least twice through the workout. I'll top up with 1 scoop of this. Don't do too much. It's not a case of the more you use, the better it is. It's really not. Water is king. But you add it, this, it just gives you that extra sweetness. It gives you that extra kick. It gives you that extra buzz. And ultimately, it allows you to work harder, which is what we're here for in the first place. that is when you know, fuck. That's when you know, you're pushing past that comfort zone. Your body is reacting. You're trying to get the squeeze, but the fibers are just flicking so much, you can't get them. And that's the sort of place you want to try and get to, and you're not going to get there just doing 7 to 8 reps and having a 2-minute rest in between. You've got to put that fucking work in. You've got to go to that next level where you're doing the unthinkable and you go into places that are horrible to go to. And it requires music, it requires pre-workout, it requires a very definite goal. And ultimately, if you can find one, a training partner that's going to scream at you and push you to that next level, because to find that zone, it's inhumane. It's not easy. But if you can get there and you can consistently get there, it's a fun place to be. Now I want to try and walk. We're switching now to straight leg deadlift with dumbbells. I like to keep it again relatively high reps, short rest, just bang, bang, bang. We'll keep that tempo up. We're gonna jump straight back on cross train now. We're only gonna do 5 minutes now. I'm gonna go intermix 5 minutes fast sprint with one exercise. 5 minutes fast sprint, one exercise. Session go. Okay, now this is the only exercise today that I'm really going to load up, and it's coming to the very end of an intense session, so I wasn't expecting to break any records, but there's a fair amount of weight going on. It's a nice machine to work on a leg press because you can really drive through some weight, and you're in a very safe position if you use the safeties. You don't need a spot. You can really take yourself into that uncomfortable zone in a safe way. I tend to load up 4 plates at a time and really make sure the body's ready for it, the mind's ready for it. I feel good, I feel really fresh, to be honest, considering the amount of traveling and lack of sleep, lack of food, lack of everything really, in all honesty. But I'm feeling good, so I'm giving it a go. I'm gonna hopefully get 4 or 5 out of here, maybe put some more weight on, and let's see what happens. We'll roll the dice and I'll let you know what the score is at the end. Wish me luck.
What up, say?
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lower body medley. I don't know what you want to call it. It was a mix-up of high reps, high endurance, heavy weight, low weight, intervals, cardio, anaerobic, aerobic, you name it, that session ticked that box. And like I said before, these sessions are boring. If your sessions are 3 sets of 10, 5 exercises, a warm-up and a cool-down, are you really challenging yourself? Are you really pushing yourself into that next level? And we said this with nutrition, I've said it with training. You don't have to rewrite the book. You just have to make sure that when you come in, you're challenging yourself. Pick 3 or 4 basic exercises and just absolutely destroy them. Leave your heart and your soul in the gym. Don't leave any less gas of energy for tomorrow's session. You're here to work today. Tomorrow's tomorrow. Worry about that then. Today, focus on this session here and now. Stop making excuses. Stop finding reasons not to work hard. Stop finding reasons to miss the gym. The excuses, ultimately, they just lead to disappointment. You can make up all the excuses you want, but deep down in your heart and your soul, you know that's exactly what it is. as an excuse. I've got a bad knee, a bad wrist, a bad shoulder, and I'm still training every single day. I train around the injuries. I'm sensible. I don't try and injure myself anymore, but the last thing I want to do is stop, make excuses, and run out of the sequence. Stop turning up, stop trying. We get older, we carry more injuries. It's just a fact of life. Work around it, find an answer, find a solution. Stop finding reasons not to. Start finding answers why to. And that's the mindset I've had since I was a young kid. And it's the mindset I will go all the way to the grave with. Well, there's always an answer, there's always a solution. You just have to have the balls to find it and follow through. Anyway, this has been Martyn Ford for Animal. I hope you enjoy. I hope you take some inspiration. And remember, the dream never ends until you quit.